Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Server Play. This is Scoots42. We are back once again on the Direwolf 1.12.2 server. Let's see, is there a little dot there? I'm almost done putting in the lower level floor here. And as predicted, I am kind of moving those little Tinker glow balls out of the way as necessary. I've just been kind of, working on the base a little bit. Am I out of marble again? I am. It's been kind of a slow process. I've, been doing stuff as quick as I can. Let's see, there we go. But we're almost done. And I've been leaving some of that earlier glowstone. I've just been leaving it in the floor there. I don't know. I haven't completely decided if I'm going to try to use that glowstone on the underside. So I think I may just leave it there for a little while. And I've been doing this kind of in patches, so I don't have to worry too much about mob spawning. They tend not to spawn directly in front of me, which is cool. Makes this a little bit easier. Let's see, I've been just kind of, doing this as I've been going here. Let's see. Maybe, I'm kind of trying to make it look halfway decent. But, like I'm not doing any, math or anything to, try to figure out where to put these little pieces of glowstone. I'm just kind of putting them in where I want to. There we go. Almost done. Let's see. I've been trying to make it look kind of good, but I'm really just putting these pieces of glowstone in where they're necessary. Maybe there. And maybe another one there. Nice. Almost done. Oh. Tell you that wand oops has been coming in super handy. Because that happens once in a while. These forestry bags have also been incredibly useful. It's a little difficult to get them to refill properly. Was that all of it? Nice. Very nice. So we'll be able to start on phase 2. That was pretty much phase 1. I think I've got this just about done. And I'm thinking something like this will work pretty good for getting up and down. I don't know if I'm going to put in an elevator. I'm still kind of thinking about it. But this is pretty well completed. We'll do just a quick little fly around. Everything in here is lit up pretty good. I may go around and continue with the glowstone around the edges on the inside and the outside here. But I'll just kind of do that here and there. But basically, at this point, this part of the build is what I'm going to say is virtually complete. I mean, there's going to be some little aesthetic things for me to work out, like, how I want to handle these little bits here. But I'm really liking how this worked out. And, there's some shadows that I may want to end up dealing with. Nothing too major, though, but I think that we're pretty well good to start on phase 2 of the project, which is going to be to make our central building in the center of this circle. So let's head back over to our builder. I just want to kind of come out here and give you a little bit. And there's still some stuff I want to do up here in the ceilings. But the building itself is up. And that, I think, was really what I was after. So I definitely want to start working on the second part of the build, which is going to be to come up with the building for the center. So I think let's go ahead and clear the palette here. Let's get this stuff back in the grid. Kind of a clean inventory kind of helps me think about that stuff without a whole lot of clutter being in there. Let's see, let's turn you off. And let's take you out and see what other kind of shapes we can do here. Heart, kind of cool, I guess. We could do a top dome. We could do a sphere. We could do a cylinder. Ooh, a capped cylinder. What's that all about? Does that just have a roof? Prism, that's pretty much the pyramid design. I'm honestly really thinking that we're just going to go with a box on this. So let's see. Let's see what happens if we take this down to, say, 185. And let's also take you to 185. And let's do a dimension of 64-ish. And let's just kind of see what that's going to look like. So I can already say that I'm going to want to decrease the size because I kind of, that's not really what I wanted at all. I actually want this in the center. So we may need to play with these numbers here for just a minute. So let's see. Let's turn you back on preview mode and see what that did. Well, we're getting there. I think what I'd like to do is see if we can just move that. What if I offset you by like 200? What does that do? I'm not thinking that was what I... Oh. Okay, that put you way up there. So let's bring that back down. Let's change that offset to maybe 100. And let's change this to say 150. I think this may be the left and right-ish. So let's see. Wow. Maybe easier for me to do this, say, from the center. Let's just set you to 0. Kind of get an idea of what's going to happen here. Well, it's still not really quite what I'm after. I think we might be getting closer, though. And that's definitely on par with what I want to see. That's a little bit too big of an area, though. Let's take this down to, say, 90. And let's take that down to maybe 80. Okay, so that's a little bit better. Still a little on the large side. So how about 45-ish? About 45 by 45. Ooh. Okay, I think that might be a little bit better. Well, that's definitely better. Now, can I do an offset? See, that one did the... So let's try it like that. Will that do what I want? See, that moved it that way. So I think we're getting closer. Let's see if we can do it on a positive and see if that... See if that got us what we wanted. Ooh, that is much, much better. Much, much closer to what I'm actually after. So we need to move that over a little bit more. Definitely on the right track. So let's try... Let's take you up to 70. And let's see if that gets us where we want to be. Nice. So I'm thinking that is much closer. Not quite, though. We're almost there. So let's pump that up to maybe 85. See what that looks like. So I'm thinking that is much closer. We're getting there. We are definitely getting there. Let's try 95. And then let's increase the dimensions to say 60. What's that going to look like? Because I kind of just want it to sit inside of the circle. And I want to have like maybe 2 or 3 stories, which I think that's about the right height. I'm not quite sure we're at the dimensions I want. We're almost there. It's definitely closer. Because what I'm thinking is, say, like right in here. I want to be able to build some platforms coming out on these corners here. So real quick, where did my, there it is, it's the drill. So let's see, right in here-ish. Yeah. Is that going to be, yeah, that's going to be just about perfect. Nice. So I'm just going to kind of use this as a little bit of a guide to help me get the dimensions on this box right. So it'll be something like that, and I'd like maybe just a little bit more. There we go. So I'd like to be able to come out here, and I'd like to have the corner of the box just touching that. How big of an area is that? Okay. So let's see if we can't make that happen. We'll have to play with that offset a little bit more. But we're going to increase the dimensions. Let's say, let's go back to our 100 and see what that gives us. Let's just see what that does. Ooh, that is almost perfect. Ideally, I'd like to be able to line these corners up. Let's see. And there it's cutting into it. So I definitely need to mess with the offset a little bit. Let's see what we can do as far as the offset goes. Let's maybe make you 50. And let's see what happens if we make you 30. And let's make you 90. And let's see what that does. That is definitely better. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, I think I just nailed it. That is actually exactly what I wanted right there. Now, how are you doing over here? Do I just need to decrease the size a little bit? I think so. I think we just need to decrease the overall size of this a little bit, or maybe move the offset, but I think maybe a little of both. Let's try decreasing the size first. Let's take that down to, say, 85. And then let's try that first. Let's see what that does. I actually want it to sit inside of the circle. This is much more like what I had in mind. Let's see, are you still lined up? You are still lined up there, so that's good. What about over here? Are you going to line up over here? So I think what we need to do, I don't think this may actually be a perfect circle, but if you're lined up over there, then you should be lined up over here. That looks pretty good. Now, are you lined up over here? Pretty close. Bring this out a little bit more. Yeah. So that's still lined up the way I want. Good. And let's see. I think that's gonna, just out of curiosity, where would you line up to? Oh, I forgot about that. That wasn't really what I wanted. I'm thinking that what I'm going to want is for you to come out from here. So let's turn that preview back on. If you even touch that at all, it basically resends the preview area. Let's turn that back on. It's almost there. In fact, it's actually really hard to tell. So like I said, I don't think this may not be an actual perfect circle. So I'm really trying to get away with doing as little measuring as possible because, a lot of times I really like to freeform stuff. I do measure occasionally, but usually I try to avoid it if I can. We're like right there. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we need to back that off by about 10. Now, so let's see here. Let's set you at 95. And see which way that goes. No, that's not quite what I was after. I mean, we're definitely getting closer. But I think this is going to end up being more of a rectangle, which is fine. I mean, that's not going to be that big of a deal. So let's take you and let's reverse that. Let's make you 95 and make you 85. And now let's see what that did. Okay, so that increases that width. So I think what I need to do is we need to shrink down those widths and then move the offset. So let's change you guys to, say, 75. And then let's do an offset of, let's try 99. And let's see what that does. Ooh, that I think is going to be much closer. That is so close. I think this is going to be really close to what I'm after. Now, this may not be the height that I want, but I'm pretty sure this is the angle I want to come from. So close. We are so close to what I'm after here. Yeah, that's definitely the angle I want to come from over there. Let's try increasing the area by 3. See what that does. Really? I don't know why those mobs keep trying to mess with me. Let's see. Let's increase you to, say, 78-ish. And let's bring that offset to, say, 97. Let's see what that does. So close. What do you look like over here? Almost. We're almost there. Let's see if I can bring you up a little bit. Let's see, that does up and down. I'm guessing this does back and forth. Now let's take you to 49 and let's back you off to 93. I think the size is just about right. Ooh, almost. We are almost there. So I want to bring you up maybe 3 or 4 more. Let's take you to 90. Let's try changing these dimensions one at a time so we can see exactly what is moving. Alright, so that got us back on track for this diagonal, which is, well, it's almost there. I might even be able to work with that. So if I move the other one 5, what does that do? So that moved it that way. So let's take it to 45 or maybe 47. Let's try 45. And then let's change this offset to 75. Almost there. I need it to come back up this way. So let's try. We're almost there. Almost there. Let's try 48. Almost. Maybe a 52. Let's try 53, because why not? And then let's give you a little bit more of a dimension, 77-ish. I think we are almost there. So I've almost got this figured out. Let's see. Do I want to make that 78? Let's see what changing it to a 78 dimension does. Okay, so that perfectly lined us up there. And we're still lined up pretty good here. Not quite there, though. I wish I knew exactly what these things moved. Change that to 50. Maybe that'll be a larger. Okay, so that was that one. That's what that's changing. So let's take that back down. And let's make that one, let's take that back to 32. And let's try changing you then to 35. Ooh. That is definitely closer. Definitely closer to what I wanted. Okay, so I think I'm starting to get it. That other one must be the... I think I want to adjust that far number. Let's take you to, say, 95. And let's bring you up to 35. And let's back you to 34. I think that's going to get us really super close. I think I'm starting to get a handle on these coordinates now. That should have lifted you up some. Nice, and we'll end up lifting you up a little bit more. So that one's just about there. Nice. I think I'm going to be able to work with this. Yeah. Yes. So I think if I can give this one more minor adjustment, and I think we will be there. I think I want to increase the size of the cube just a hair. Let's see if I make you 79. And then let's move that offset to say 40. But I'd like it off the ground a little bit. There we go. Ooh, I think that might have done it. That might be exactly what I wanted. Let's see where you're at over here. Nice. I think I'll be able to work with this. Nice. I don't think I'm going to be able to get it exactly square, but this is pretty close. That is really, really close. Now, is this going to be far enough off the ground for what I want? I think so. Let's see. Let's do a little cleanup out here. Where did my axe go? Never can find this stuff when I want it. There's the hatchet. I thought my tree axe was around here somewhere. Oh, there it is. So we're definitely going to want to get these trees out of the way here. Nice. That is so close, it is not even funny. I may be able to just get away with decreasing that dimension by 1. Let's try it real quick. Hopefully I'll adjust the right one. I think, let's try you at 77. Because like I said, I don't think it's quite a perfect square. That was not the one I wanted. Or was it? No, I don't think it was. So let's change you back. And then let's make you 35. I think maybe it is a perfect circle. Is that, could that possibly be? Uh-oh. What's this doing over here? Oh, that is so close. I mean, like, honestly, I'm thinking at this point what I'll probably do, is this still lined up? It is. I'm thinking the easiest thing to do at this point. Oh man. Can I just take it off 1? Can I figure out the right one to decrease by 1? Because that is perfect if I can figure out which one of these dimensions I need to adjust. Let's try this one. was the other one? I keep reloading the chunks because it makes that render a little quicker. At least on my system, anyway. Ooh. So what did you do over here? Are you still... Is it just a matter of I need to fix that offset again? No, you're still lined up. But you are lined up now. Gosh, it's just so rough to figure it out. I think I'm just going to set it back to the way it was. Because I don't think we're going to be able to get it quite perfect. And what might be easiest, since that is so close to perfect right there, man, that is just, it's just so close. And then you're still perfect here. Nice. So I think this overall is what I'm going to end up going with. Like right here. And then we'll have, you know, like I might be able to make that look cool somehow. But basically this is the general idea. So I'm probably going to end up making this a little bit taller. The box here in the center. We'll probably end up definitely making that a little taller. I do want it up off the ground like this, though. And I think, unfortunately, we did get this figured out, and I'm a little longer of an episode than I wanted. But I think that is probably what I'm going to go with. So I think between now and the next episode, I'm going to work out exactly... you know, the materials. I'm still going to be going with granite and marble most likely, but I think I may kind of reverse it and have you know, like granite be the columns, if you will, and then do the like walls and stuff out of marble. So we'll see. Hopefully you guys had a little bit of fun learning how these dimensional coordinates work on the shape card with me today. You know, feel free to like the episode and subscribe to the channel so you can be notified of videos I put out in the future. Thanks for stopping by today, guys, and take care.